So, apparently, according to the news, the manufacturer of Pinot Grigio is always complaining. To be fair, I don't get with all that money why he's so whiny.
You're a dickhead. That's good, though. That's good. I like that.
Brilliant. Let's see how many episodes I keep this up for.
I have an interesting fact for you, though.
Is it something about 4 sneezes?
No.
Oh, okay, go on.
So you see the moon, how it is now. Like it's only like a quarter of the moon.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can like kind of see like the bit that you got, like the bit that's black.
Like, yeah, it makes a like perfect spherical shape. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't actually see that. It's just your brain filling in the blank space.
Really?
To satisfy your need for perfection. Yeah.
Really? And you know what? It's funny, like being the science man I am and seeing how that is definitely something that I have told you in less than 20 minutes ago. I never knew that fact.
Yeah, I would expected to hear it from you about 10 minutes ago.
To be fair, while we're on science, I'll just get my science shit out of the way and then we'll move on to the stuff that you actually want to talk about.
Alright, skip to about 10 minutes.
So basically, I'm not sure if we've actually referenced this on the podcast before, but Betelgeuse we're predicting it to go supernova any day now. And by any day...
Explain what Betelgeuse is, though.
Alright, so...
Because not everyone's going to know your gay science shit.
What did we speak about yesterday, the G word?
No, we spoke about the F word.
Oh yeah, fair enough. So yeah. Betelgeuse is a star.
We're not homophobic.
Betelgeuse is a star in the Orion constellation, and it's basically if Betelgeuse is so big.
I'm going to stop you there. Did you just call it a consonant?
No. I was meant to say
Did you mean constellation?
That's the one.
Because a consonant is just any letter.
A consonant is it's anything but A, I, O, U, and sometimes Y. Why? Who knows? And but basically, yeah, it's a huge star in the Orion thing, and
belt.
No, it's not in the belt. It's on Orion's arm.
Oh, in the Orion.
Because Orion is like a guy shooting an arrow, isn't it? And Orion's belt is the belt of that guy.
Yeah, I can never see these constellations. Like people like point them out. I'm like, no, there's dots.
Oh no, I saw I can't remember the correct name of it, but the horse one the other day, I could actually like make it out with the stars. I was like, oh, that's mad. Like with the light pollution in London, I've never been able to do that before.
Is it Sagittarius? Is it that one?
Yeah, definitely is that one because that is a horse. And but basically, yeah, its mass is so big that say if it was where our sun is, it would reach out to the orbit of Jupiter.
Carry on.
And I know your silence is because of how shocked you are by that fact.
That was shocked science. That was. I definitely know where Jupiter is.
Oh, so Jupiter is.
Wait, I know this. Is it my very easy method? Earth, just I don't know, fucking know.
But yeah, you got to the just, and that's all that matters. So it's.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's past Mars, but it's not just like past Mars. It's like real far away. So like in space we measure stuff with astronomical units, and one astronomical unit is basically the distance from the sun to Earth, and like Jupiter is 5. So like if we're 1, so basically it's like 5 times away what we are to the sun.
Mad.
Yeah, and that's how big Betelgeuse is. And obviously, we've been predicting that it's going to go into supernova. We are scientists, I mean.
Yeah, what do you mean by we? You and your boys at NASA.
Me and my home race at bloody NASA. And
just say NASA. Just say NASA.
No. No.
Just say no.
It's actually pronounced NASA, but you know, whatever.
No, stop. Okay.
But
you say kuffer for KFC. But you won't say NASA.
I don't say kufa. I say kuffer sir. I say it in the syllable kind of format. Because it's just funny.
Then why don't you do the same with NASA then?
It's too many letters. But anyway, so yeah, we're
wait, no, we're not moving past this.
All right, go on then.
You've changed a 2-syllable word into 4 syllables.
And?
You're just making it hard for yourself.
Am I?
And you're making yourself look like a dick.
I mean, I've done that anyway. There's nothing else that's gonna top that. I've cemented my place in life now. That's it.
Okay, so carry on with your gay science shit.
So Betelgeuse, yeah, we predicted it's going to go supernova, and supernova is basically where a star collapses in on itself so much that like it kind of spews out and it's like magic light display in the cosmic atmosphere. And
Ooh.
yeah, and we would be able to see it like on Earth with the naked eye. That's how bloody big this thing is. But like we wouldn't see all the colors it would
It's the
emit.
way I like my eyes.
We would just see it would basically be kind of like a mini moon in our sky for a while. It'd be that bright. And like
That's my rapper name.
but like so basically it probably has already, well, it definitely has already been supernova, but because it's like 76 light years away, obviously we haven't got it yet. Like so it probably did go off like 600 or 700 years ago. And at like the start of this year we saw it dimming, and so like that obviously gave us more proof to say, hey, it's coming like sooner
Dimmer.
rather than later. And
I have a question.
Go on.
I don't know if you'll know. So why is it called a light year if it's time? If it's distance, not time?
So
Is that just like what's a light year?
So a light year is how long we would get there if we were traveling at the speed of light. And the speed of light is
cool.
like something ridiculous, like 63. I think it's either 100,000 or million miles per second. So like it's ridiculous.
Okay. Cool.
So yeah, it's kind of distance and time in the same one. That's why I can get kind of fusing. And because it's called a light year, it's always considered like time in the calendar, kind of. But anyway,
But it's kind of both.
yeah. But it's more distance. Yeah, it's distance, but then it's like the time we would reach to get it.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So, yeah, and so it started dimming at the beginning of this year, which, you know, as I said, it kind of leads us to think that it's going to be sooner rather than later. And then, like, in literally the past week, we've discovered gravitational waves around it in other constellations to kind of basically prove a supernova has happened.
Oh, right, really?
Yeah, so it's kind of...
So it's definitely already supernova.
Oh, 100%, 100%. But it's just when we'll see it. So, and when I say, like, any day soon, that's, like, either tomorrow or, like, 10,000 years from now. That's the annoying thing.
So when they first discovered Betelgeuse, did they see it as, like, just a star?
Yeah, because obviously, like... So this is kind of the trippy thing about science. We don't see things how they are, we see things how they were.
Yeah.
That's how we've kind of, like, got evidence for, like, the Big Bang and the other stuff, and how we know about the life of a star, because we can literally see it, like, you know, born and die within our lives, like, within our lifespan. And that's kind of like, you know, like that scary thing, like, some of the stars you look up at have already died, like, hundreds of years ago.
Okay, so I have a question, another question.
Go on.
So the life of the star is like millions and millions of years, right?
Yeah, it depends on the mass. So obviously, like, the bigger the mass of the star, the shorter of its lifespan. Great examples: Amy Winehouse, Jimi Hendrix, Kurt Cobain.
Okay, you've made this joke before.
Yeah, but not to the audience, unless you buy my book.
You have. I'm pretty sure you have. Don't buy his book. Oh, you know what? A book would be a good way to make money.
Oh, I'm enjoying writing my book, man. I'm really enjoying it.
Oh, that's where I read that.
Yeah,
before.
that's what I mean. I've never said it to the audience before.
Okay.
So,
all right, say it again. Say it again.
So what?
So let me ask the question again. We'll do a little performance for you guys. So the life of a star, it's millions and millions of years, right?
Well, it's determined by the mass of its star, the mass of, like, its size. So the bigger the star,
how big it is,
the shorter it'll live. Great examples: Amy Winehouse, Kurt Cobain, Jimi Hendrix.
Well
no, but obviously, like, Betelgeuse, as we said, is
well
absolutely huge. So it's not got a long life.
Okay, so the question I want to ask is, so you said we can see the whole life cycle of a star within a lifetime.
Yeah.
So say there's a star and it lives for like 2 million years from when it starts till it's supernovas and black holes, whatever. How long will that take for us, like, observing it?
It depends on the star. As
Like,
some
have we watched
some can take
the
1,000
entire
years,
star?
some can take billions of years. Like our sun won't die for another 5 billion years.
No, but what I mean is, have we observed a whole lifestyle of a star?
Well, not personally, but like when I mean in our life cycle, I mean through like few thousand years of generation.
So it's been like passed on to other
Yeah.
scientists.
That's how
Okay.
we know about black holes, because a star either turns into a black hole, a neutron star, or a white dwarf.
So our sun's gonna last billions of years.
Yeah.
Is that because it's so small?
Yeah. Our sun's tiny, mate. Absolutely tiny.
Yeah, like I think what people don't realise is that how small our sun actually is.
Yeah, and
like to us it's massive, it's the biggest thing we can see.
and like,
But like compared to anything else, it's fucking tiny.
oh yeah, and like
It's a very small star.
and when you look up at it and you're like, oh, that's really burning me and that hurts to look at, you got to kind of keep in mind that that is 93 to 96 million miles away.
Yeah, it's big. It's a big fuck off thing.
Oh mate, it is huge.
But in the grand scheme of things, it's not that big or that fuck off.
Oh no, in the grand scheme of it, it's like on the lower spectrum of the sizes. It's tiny.
It's like you on the autism spectrum.
No, I'm on the far end. I'm on. But
That's why you like science so much.
what?
What?
But yeah, no. So yeah, Betelgeuse could go supernova tomorrow, next week, in 100 years' time. It's just literally one of those things. We'll see it when it happens.
If we see it, if we see it, it'll be really cool to see and witness.
Oh, honestly, it is kind of like my life. As long as I see that, I think I'll die a happy man.
So something else that happens in the sky that I think is really cool and I want to see is like the Northern Lights. But that's something that can't be explained, right? They don't know what that is.
I thought that was just like gas and stuff.
Yeah, but yeah, I think it is gas, but they don't know why it happens or something.
Oh
like that.
yeah,
Like, it's a
yeah.
mystery.
There's something like that. That's
Yeah.
something I couldn't
Well, there's
answer.
so
I'm
much
more
stuff that we don't
astrology.
know.
I only really know about astrology and science. The rest of the science, not Scooby. But when it comes to astrology, I'm your man.
You said to me before that you potentially would like to go to like a college or uni to study science. Would you just want to do astrology?
No, I would like to learn physics because you need a kind of fundamental physics to understand the grasp of
Yeah, I
higher
feel like
stuff.
if you know like physics, you know everything.
Yeah, because physics is maths and it's also English and it's kind of you
It-
learn biology
It kind of
and chemistry.
It explains a lot of things. I feel like with physics.
Oh yeah, physics is probably the best thing you could learn.
Biology just kind of like it kind of explains like the natural stuff that happens on the Earth. Then like chemistry is like the reactions of stuff.
Yeah, it's all the
But
elements.
physics kind
and
of
stuff.
is why it's there.
Yeah, whereas physics encompasses all of that. Like you got to know chemistry to know physics. You got to know biology to know physics. But you don't have to know physics to know biology or chemistry. Does that make sense? Obviously, it would
Yeah,
help, but you
like-
don't really necessarily need a degree in it.
Yeah. Then like chemistry, it's like all like the periodic table and stuff like that. And like say you had one thing and another thing, it would make something.
Yeah, literally.
Like I don't know the exact ingredients, but if you put like water with I don't know like oil, it makes grease. Which brings us nicely onto our next subject.
what a segment transition, mate. Oh god, you really got to shape up. You really got to shape up.
It is Grease the musical.
Go Grease
What are your
lightning.
thoughts on it?
Oh,
What's your
mate.
thought on Grease?
Honestly, I think like obviously because
Really topical subject this.
I honestly
In 2020.
in 2020 we're talking about the stuff that's currently going on.
We're just talking about stuff that's gonna happen.
Yeah, we're talking about
Like, we
stuff
might
that
not
you
even
might not
find-
ever see
no.
and something you've
Yeah.
definitely never seen. So
No. Most people seen Grease.
I don't know, because that's what I was gonna say.
Especially-
Like, it's a very nostalgic thing for me because, like, when I was growing up, like, I loved Grease. I used to watch it all the
Yeah,
time.
me too.
And like now it's
That
just
explains a lot.
like I don't know, it's just so good. Like I love it, and the songs from it, and like if you're at like
It's
like a
legendary. It's
family
legendary.
wedding or a family party, and they put on Grease Lightning or I Got
Or just a,
Chills,
or just the cheese room in prison.
yeah, or yeah, literally, then everyone goes like Radio Rental.
Yeah. But what Grease is to me is like, what I remember is me being really little and my mum putting it on, and I'll just watch it with my mum because like I do like a good musical.
Oh yeah, every straight man
Like I
even
think
loves
I've
a
told you
great musical.
before. I think I've told you before. Like Pitch Perfect is probably one of my favorite films.
Really?
Oh yeah, Pitch Perfect's a sick film.
That is a good film.
1 and 2. Number 3 is shit.
Yeah, I
But
think I've
1
only
and 2 is
seen
good.
number
Like
one and two.
the end bit for number 2 for Pitch Perfect 2 is sick. They do it's called like Light Up by Fall Out Boy.
Oh, we've seen
Light it
them.
up, light it up. Yeah, they do that, but obviously they're doing like a cappella. It's
Yeah,
fucking sick.
it's got that fat Australian bird in, ain't it?
Yeah,
She's quite
that's her full
funny.
name.
That's her full name.
Fat Australian bird. The thing is, right, my problem with her is she falls in the same category as Melissa McCarthy and Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
Is they play one character.
Kevin Hart.
Yeah, like Kevin Hart plays
Oh, I
Kevin
thought you
Hart.
meant Kevin James. Going along like
No,
the fat.
another one.
Yeah, but it's
But
Adam
like,
Sandler as
the
well.
yeah, I was going to say the only person that it kind of works for is Adam Sandler. But he's in a film called Uncut Gems, which I want to see because I think he plays like a proper serious role, and he was like up for Oscars and stuff like the film.
Yeah,
And he put out a tweet like, "If I get snubbed at this Oscars, I'm making 20 shit films, so they have to watch him."
the thing is, I've actually seen these. I can't remember what it is, but it's a film with him in. And I was like, oh damn, Adam Sandler's got
He's like a
range.
shoemaker. Is it that film?
It might have been that film because I saw it and I was like, damn, he's actually real good. And like I was like,
Yeah, this the thing. Like these comedy actors, some of them are real good actors.
and some of them are just Kevin James. Like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, but like you get like Steve Carell, Jonah Hill, like they've been in like real serious movies.
Yeah, Steve Carell, oh mate,
Like,
just his
fucking,
work
I'm
in The
pretty
Office
sure-
he should be knighted for that alone.
Yeah, see, I want to watch The Office,
Oh,
but I
you
want to
would
watch the
love it.
UK one first.
The UK one, yeah, watch it first. There's only like 3 seasons, and then the
Yeah,
US
but
one is
I
better.
watched the first one and I was just like, I don't know if I like this that much. But I've only watched the first episode,
Yeah, that's kind of where you go wrong.
and now I'm watching Sunny in Philadelphia, so I want to watch that first.
That's a good little show. That we're gonna get Josh
I'll
on.
get onto it. I'll get onto it eventually, like The Office and that.
Oh yeah, that's such a funny show, man. Like there's a scene in it where they're doing, if like there's any Office fans out there, where they're doing a CPR and they start singing the Bee Gees. I literally laughed at that for about like 10 minutes, like because of how funny it was. But you kind of need the episodes prior to like in the binge watching to kind of get you into like knowing the characters and knowing the show, and then it's not like a season finale where it comes together, but like it just makes sense.
How many seasons are there of the US?
Oh, right, so
US
I'm going to
ones.
make a little confession here, right? It's one of my best shows ever, but I've never actually seen past like season 7 because I know
Jamie.
Michael leaves and I don't want to put my
Fake
heart through
fan.
that. And 2, I know after he leaves, the show gets really kind of shit. So I'm like,
Yeah, but I swear he comes back.
I think he comes back for like 1 or 2. I don't think he actually comes back permanently. Because they get,
man.
who do they
He
get in?
replaced Ed Helms, doesn't he? Like, this is what I've gathered from social media is that he gets replaced by Ed Helms.
Yeah, I think that's his name.
Stu from Hangover.
Yeah, that's it. No. Stu from
Yeah.
Hangover's in it anyway.
Oh.
So it's someone
Who does
else.
he get replaced by?
It's someone quite famous. He's kind of like an actor.
Is it Donovan?
Nah, it's not Donovan. I'm gonna Google it
Who is
now
it?
because
Is it Donovan?
Nah, it's not Donovan.
So I'm gonna go back to Greece and John Travolta and his cameo. Well, one of the it's not really a cameo. He just gets made fun of on South Park. Like me and Jamie are both massive fans of South Park. If you haven't watched South Park, or
It was
like, what you
It
did,
was Will Ferrell.
It's a fucking joke show. Oh, he's quite funny still.
Yeah, but it's
I'm
just.
surprised he was in a TV show.
I think he's only in it for a bit. So basically, yeah, Ed Helms replaced Michael because Ed Helms was already in the show playing Andy Bernard, and then I think Will Ferrell comes along, but then I just don't know. But anyway, go back to Grease or John Travolta cameos.
South Park.
Yes.
Glad you was listening. So, South Park, if you've listened to our previous podcast and the things we make fun of and the jokes we make, you can probably tell that we're pretty big South Park fans. Or like we had the same sort of laugh at anything kind of humour.
Yeah.
And there's an episode of South Park where they make fun of Scientology, and we were talking about it beforehand, and it's just fucking great.
Oh, it's
like
so funny.
Like just the whole what's it called? The metaphor of Tom Cruise being in the closet.
Because he don't want to come out because isn't he getting like blasted by the news or something?
Something's happened.
And then he hides in the closet, and then the whole episode
just goes to his dad. Tom Cruise won't come out the closet.
Yeah.
And it's just that.
And then it's like everyone gathering outside the house, like, "Come on, Tom, come out the closet." And then it's just a bit, right? Because I remember the first time I watched the episode, like, and I was creasing at that bit. And then, like, the cartoon portrayal, John Travolta, comes through. Before he even says anything, or before anyone ever says that's John Travolta, I'm like, that's John Travolta.
Yeah. They're actually quite good at minimalising characters, like celebrities, and the way they look.
Yeah.
Like, you can kind of tell that they're the celebrities they are before they say anything.
But
the ones that make me laugh are, like, Saddam Hussein and what's his name? Racist. Hates Jews. Braveheart. What's his fucking name? Oh, why am I blanking on his name?
Who you on about?
You see, they have his real face on South Park.
Mel Gibson.
Yeah. Mel Gibson, yeah. Yeah, like, they make me laugh, because it's literally, they just took his face and just obviously cut out his pictures from, like, different news articles.
Yeah, they just couldn't be asked to draw them guys.
He always, like, twists his nipples and stuff.
I love how Saddam Hussein is in a homoerotic relationship with the devil. Yeah, it's just so funny.
Yeah. Like, and that's the thing, like, no one's safe from South Park. Like, he's a guy that fucking used, like, biological weapons in the Middle East and stuff on civilians and shit, and they just rip the shit out of him. Like, it's like the film The Interview. Have you seen that with Seth Rogen and James Franco?
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, like,
and when he's like singing to him, he's like, "Baby, you're a firework."
But like, that was the whole thing. Like, we could have, like, the US could have went to war.
Yeah, mate. When I saw that, I was like, Jesus! If Kim Jong ever saw this, fuck me.
Oh, they did though. I think the censors in North Korea actually did watch it, and that's why they was like, "Do not release this film, or there's gonna be problems." But fucking North Korea are a bit of a limp dick country, aren't they?
Yeah. Have you ever seen?
Like,
oh, gone.
Oh, gone.
I was gonna say, have you ever seen A True Story?
Of?
No, it's just called A True Story. James Franco and Jonah Hill.
No.
Oh, mate, really underrated film because it's not a comedy, but it is out of this world good. Out of this.
Is it on Netflix or Sky?
It's on Netflix. I've seen it on Netflix. Whether it's still on there or not, I can't be certain. But honestly, one of the best films I've seen. It's good, real good.
I think, is that the film that Jonah Hill got nominated for an Oscar for, or was that like Moneyball or whatever he said?
I don't know. He might have done, but this film was like really underrated. Like, it weren't even because it only came out in like 2015. And I
think it didn't get released in like cinemas or something.
No, that's the thing, because the only thing I ever saw of it was like a clip on Facebook, and I was like, oh, this looks amazing. It's two big actors. Why have I not seen this on like YouTube or on like the telly or like, do you know what I mean? And then obviously
I saw it in like some sort of podcast. Like, they mentioned it.
Yeah.
Or like a gaming video or something. I don't know.
But no, it's a really good film. But sorry, yeah, going back to John Travolta being in a cupboard or Tom Cruise being in a cupboard, but then John Travolta joins him in a cupboard.
He joins him, yeah. Then R. Kelly gets involved. Fuck's sake.
Oh.
But that's again, like, they're high profile actors that they just fucking don't even care.
Oh yeah, mate. No one's safe.
Like,
it's like us. No one's really safe.
Like, being famous, you gotta think, oh fuck, if South Park ever rinse me.
Because
like fucking Kanye West, the way they like
he's just a gay fish.
Kanye West,
He's
I'm not a gay fish.
And Kim Kardashian is just a hobbit. Like, there's no one like she is a hobbit. Like, she apparently like the South Park world, she was in the Hobbit films and went off to the quest and.
And he like he's like at the school explaining why she's not a
Yeah,
hobbit.
babe,
And,
babe,
like, he
yeah,
describes
babe,
she's got big hairy feet. She lives in a hole, but she's not a hobbit.
Babe, why are you not a hobbit? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, babe.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Why are you not a hobbit again?
So she's not a hobbit. No, but the first episode I ever saw of South Park was the fish sticks episode. When I was like 11 or 12, and like, oh mate, that hooked me. I was like, what? This is hilariously funny. And even like the bits with Cartman and Jimmy, like the betrayal of the jokes, where Jimmy comes up with the joke, and every other like scene it's drastically changed, and like at the end it's basically like a dragon comes in and Cartman saves him, then tells him the joke. But the whole like punchline is
like, a Black Widow gets involved.
Yeah. The whole punchline is like Cartman just sat there eating like crisp, or they call chips, like whilst Jimmy came up with the joke.
And it is a funny joke. It's like just a simple joke.
It's like, hey, do you like fish
They're
sticks?
going around the school. They're going around the school, and Butters is like really excited about the whole joke.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, Craig,
yeah,
do you know fish sticks? What are you, a gay fish?
But yeah, South Park. Oh mate, I could drone on about South Park all day. That's such a great show.
Oh, TV is, except for the internet, the greatest media invention.
Yeah, because that's
like, you can't beat the internet. Like, I don't think anything will top the internet. Like, entertainment-wise, information-wise,
yeah,
like connecting people-wise, like nothing will beat the internet. To me, the internet is the best thing that I have access to.
Because
and free healthcare. Hashtag UK.
Hashtag NHS. So, like, basically, like, 100 years ago, we always thought, like, in 100 years' time, we'll have, like, flying cars and, like, we'd be able to, like, telecommunicate and we'll have all this, like, futuristic kind of travel. And, look, but we never realized that the future would be information. Because the internet works on, like, radio waves and how we send information and stuff like that. But no one ever predicted that. And now you literally, like, you have a device in your pocket that has everything we've ever known on it and everything we're going to predict to happen. And, like, if you said that to someone 100 years ago, it's mental, innit? And now, like, 4-year-olds just use it to play, like, I don't know, like, Temple Run or some shit.
Oh, you know what was weird, right? So, when you think having the internet, you can search up anything and it comes up. Like, anything.
Anything, yeah.
Yeah, so this number called me, yeah? And I didn't answer. And, like, if a random number calls me, I search it up in case it's something important.
Like a scam or...
Because
like
you can just search a number. Yeah. Like, once I've done it and it was actually, like, Virgin. I was like, oh, shit, next time they call, I'll answer. But, like, no search results came up at all.
That's mad.
Like, not even a website to check the number.
That's a bit booky.
I was like, that's fucking weird. That's fucking weird. Then they called me again. And I was like, oh, fuck
What kind
this.
of number was it? 02?
It was like +80. I might still have it in my...
+8's like European. That's like Germany or some shit.
Yeah, I was never going to answer it. I don't answer random numbers.
No, I don't.
It was 870-390-586-920.
If you're out there, give us a call.
No, don't. Fucking scare me. But I searched it up. Okay, I think it's getting... But, like... Alright, now, when I searched it, there was only 2 searches for it on this website. There's now 12.
Oh, so maybe it's like a
obviously
new scam number that they haven't, like, had time to actually process it through yet.
Yeah, but, like, it's just weird that I searched it and not even the website to search phone number called up. I had to search this phone number called me, then the number. But normally I can just search the number and
so
then
I
just
reckon
come up
what
with the
they've done
website.
is they've actually just kind of blocked people from doing what you've done. So then like,
Yeah.
Stupider people will kind of be like, oh, well, it's just a normal number. It might be my cousin in a payphone in Europe trying to ring me. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's why they...
How have they done that, though? How have they blocked the internet like that?
Ah, mate, you can do anything. Do you know how advanced the internet is if you have the brain power to use it?
Oh, mate, I wish I was smart and I could do computers and stuff.
Nah.
You know how better the editing would be on this podcast?
What are you on about? It's amazing. Look at our logo,
I'd have, like,
our logo is professionally made.
Intro. Mate, when we rebrand, we're gonna have an intro.
Season 2 coming soon.
Oh, no, we've got a while yet.
Or do we?
But like, what I would want the intro to be is like a funny bit from the podcast, then the intro, then the podcast begins. So it's like a preview of like just a highlight. If you get what I mean.
Oh, okay. That would be good.
Yeah, well, that would be cool, wouldn't it?
Yeah, or I could do a good melody on a harmonica.
No, you can't.
Oh, what, I can do it right now? Is that exactly what you said? Is that exactly what you just said? Oh, you're lucky I can't find it.
Yes, that is exactly what I just said.
You're so lucky I can't find it.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Oh.
Good, I hope someone's took it off you.
The police came round and confiscated my harmonica.
Yeah.
Oh, where's that actually gone?
Please took it.
I was just really expecting you to go through your mic and just play it.
Oh, imagine that would have been fucking joke.
That would be scenes right there.
So I was seeing on Facebook like pictures that like I think like a dustman took or something, dustbin man, of like food that people's thrown out because they
that's bad,
panic bought. Like there's just like food, like loads and loads of food.
Wait.
You're dickheads.
Are we going to save this for the next episode?
I don't know. Are we going to record it now? Because like, it's fresh in my mind.
No, like we can record it now, but I'm saying we're at like the 30-minute mark. And one of the...
let me finish this point.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is, fuck off.
Sorry, I had to go on.
And that's the last episode you'll be listening to me.
You know, in like Simpsons, where like Snoopy dies, it's like Snoopy went to space and unfortunately passed away on his travels. I was like something like that.
No, it wasn't Snoopy. It was Homer's dog. What was he called?
Weren't he called? Oh, he weren't called Snoopy.
No, Snoopy's the little white dog, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, and that's not Simpsons. What's he called?
Was it
Oh.
Snoopy's like Charlie Brown and all that.
Yeah, no, you know which I'm on about though.
Itchy and Scratchy.
Yeah, Itchy and Scratchy, where Homer has a cameo
Simpsons.
and they kill him off, but he's like his big episode.
Yeah, he's Poochie.
Poochie, that's it. Poochie unfortunately died.
Mate, Simpsons is another great show.
Like
classic Simpsons episodes.
God tier.
Do you know what's great? One of the greatest things that the Simpsons done, Mr. Plow. That's my name. That name again is Mr. Plow. So things about like South Park, Simpsons, Family Guy, and all that, like they do all this crazy stuff, but then in the next episode, no one's ever heard of them.
Yeah, but that's just in their own kind of universe. They can get away with it.
Like there would be, for example, there would be like an episode of The Simpsons where Homer like commits a crime, gets arrested by Chief Wiggum, or like him and Chief Wiggum will bond, but then like the next episode he has no idea who he is.
Yeah.
It's like he's a random citizen.
Yeah, but that's cartoons. So they can get away with it.
Does that mean, is there a Simpsons multiverse?
Oh, do you reckon that's what they're trying to get at? Is like, actually they're not episodes, these are just little snippets from every different multiverses.
Yeah. That's why they never age.
That's actually good. Oh my god, you might be on
Did we just figure out all cartoons?
I think we just figured out what... Yeah, because that actually makes sense. And like sometimes in like Family Guy and stuff, like the characters die or there'll be like a big explosion and it kind of ends.
Yeah. Because like Rick and Morty, for example, they literally have like multiple dimensions. And like, have you seen about that one episode that might have been from a different dimension than the ones we normally follow?
Which one's that? Is that the newest season?
No, it's season 3. You see, it's the episode when Jerry goes to that daycare and they go blitz and cheers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that one. The one with the with all the characters.
Oh, what is that? Like a kind of theory that is from a never?
Yeah, look it up and look it on YouTube. So you see, it starts with the one when they take Jerry to Jerry Barry and they like rescue that fart cloud.
Goodbye.
Then
Moonlight,
Stop singing about
moonlight. Yeah. And at the end, when Morty has to kill him because he's gonna take over the world or some shit like that.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh,
Yeah, then, like,
say goodbye
so
to your little cloud friend, Morty."
Then at the end, Rick's putting like some green rocks into the boot of his car, and it has like a pink like thing on, which people think is the bacteria that gets like the parasites into the house. Then like the episode where the parasites are in the house, the beginning of the episode, Rick's putting some rocks into the bin with the pink thing on. So people have taken that as, because that's when Mr. Poopy Butthole is in it, but he's not mentioned ever again in any of the episodes. There's like a picture of him, and in one of the new episodes he appears.
But he's in like
So
the
people
opening or like the end scene of like one of the seasons, isn't he? Like after he
Yeah,
got
but
shot.
like, so for one of them, he's watching it on Netflix.
Because that would also make sense because on the Jerry daycare they like don't really know which Jerry it is, so they just swap him.
Yeah, exactly. So people think for that episode, the Rick and Morty we're following is not the Rick and Morty that we normally follow. The ones that we normally follow are the ones that they switch Jerry's with.
That's mad.
Yeah, look it up. It's a really interesting theory.
Damn. We spoke about a lot.
What TV shows? We like TV.
We like it so
Second best
much that we can't
invention,
even spell
except
it.
the internet.
No, it's the third.
Oh, mate.
Except us. It
Not
goes
invention, sorry.
the Full Circle
Non-object.
podcast, the internet, TV, Rule 33.
Porn.
Well, yeah, same thing.
34, fuck's sake.
How do I always get it wrong?
Because it's just the way you are. Like I said in the other episode, you're just like my mum. Like, you're just know everything, but not quite. Like, you know
Is that
it,
what
but
that
just
Bruno
not quite.
Mars song is about?
What Bruno Mars song?
Oh, it's definitely not Bruno Mars now, is it? Just the way you are.
Yeah, that's Bruno Mars.
Oh, thank God. That would have really not have helped my
Yeah,
case.
but how is that? How does that relate to this?
Hey, it's just that you said it, what he's called.
I said it. What he's called.
You heard. You ain't
That's
dead.
the sentence you said.
What?
All right, outro it, Jamie.
You know what? Like, I just...
Okay, so that's the.
I just... No. I wonder what I could do for the outro. You know, that would...
Oh, I shouldn't have asked.
Like,
Shouldn't have asked.
what could I do? Like, let me just...
Alright, share it with your friends if you enjoyed and you think they would enjoy it. Follow us on Twitter. It's in the description. Full Circle Podcast _ And that's the end.